Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ has made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. So it is written that Christ has let us free. This shows that before Christ letting us free, we were not actually free. If we were already free, there is no need that somebody should again free us. Then what is the meaning that God says that, what is the definition of freedom? What God says? It is not simply going as we like. That is not freedom. What is actually freedom is coming under the yoke of Jesus Christ. Coming, for example, I will give you one verse to read. Book of Matthew's, book of upon you. Take my yoke upon you. God is telling, do not come under the yoke of the world, but come under the yoke of Jesus Christ. And here Jesus is inviting all the people to come under the yoke of himself. It is written, take my yoke upon you. It is not that Jesus is going to put the yoke upon us. Devil is not like that. Devil by forcefully put his yoke upon the human beings. But whereas Jesus will not do like that. If you want to come under the yoke of Jesus Christ, then take yourself the yoke upon you. You yourself come under the discipline of Jesus Christ. Jesus never forced us to come under Jesus' discipline. But if you want to be controlled, properly controlled, if you want to enjoy true freedom, you have to come under the yoke of Jesus Christ. And that it is your personal decision that, no, I don't want to be free. I don't want to be under my control or under my wish or under the worldly system, but I want to be under the control of Jesus Christ. Okay? In that it is written, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. When you are coming under the yoke of Jesus Christ, first of all, you have to learn many things from me. That is not only his advices and his teachings, otherwise itself, by following the life of Jesus Christ, by looking very closely the life of Jesus Christ, you have to follow, you have to keep yourself accordingly. That is why he is asking us to come under his yoke. So it is written, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart. See, for I am meek and lowly in heart. That there itself is that the first part Jesus Christ was telling is that we as Jesus Christ men, we should be meek and lowly, just like as Jesus Christ is. Basically, why Jesus Christ is telling this, because when Jesus observed the human being's nature, the proud feeling, that is always a hurdle for God to work in the man's mind. And not only that, is the pride is the one which always take people away from God and away from the destination. So the first part itself is that our pride should be part with. We should deal with our pride. And for that, Jesus, you learn from me. Why you should learn from Jesus? Who was Jesus? Jesus was God. Jesus was. Is there anybody who is greater than Jesus? No, but still, how much humble he was. He kept himself humble such that he came like a servant in this world, and only then he came to die on the cross. So such kind of humbleness, and that too when he was explaining, or when to the disciples also, how much meek he was with the disciples. Jesus never considered himself as greater than the disciple, yet he himself became a part of their disciple. They become as a friend of the disciples. And they never felt any uncomfort to be with Jesus Christ, because he is God. But that the nature of God, the nature of Jesus did not give any kind of such hurdle for the disciples to follow him. So God says that you should also be like that. You should be humble in your nature. That first of all, you come under my yoke and follow me, and then learn what is the actually main thing to expect. You should be meek and humble, and you learn from me. And it is written, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find, that's the most important part, and then you shall find rest unto our souls. Rest unto our souls. I don't know whether you followed what I want to convey, because true freedom is, there it is, you will rest unto our souls. So what is true freedom? That definition is there. Rest for the souls. If your soul, if your spiritual heart is enjoying peace of peace, enjoying rest, then that means you are enjoying freedom. One example I will tell you from the Bible. You know that Daniel was put in the lion's den by King Dara. Then naturally Daniel was supposed to be panicked and scared and about death, as he should be panicked. But what would we read? Who was panicked? Was the king in panic, or was Daniel in panic? The king was in panic, but not Daniel. Daniel, even in the lion's den, he was enjoying freedom. But in fact, truly speaking, in the world's view, it was Daniel free. He was with the king's king, so that also he was not having any freedom. But now he is put under the lions, and then he was totally inside a small well type of thing. It's like not like even a jail, but it was just more than it is bounded by the walls. So in such kind of a well type of cage, Daniel was there. So was he having freedom? We may think that he is not having any freedom, but actually he was having the freedom. He may not be able to move around because of his body, and he cannot move out, or we cannot go move as we like, but in the mind he was enjoying full rest. That is what God is telling about true freedom. True freedom is not the freedom to do anything or freedom to move around. True freedom is the peace of mind which you are enjoying. That is what he said. That then what is the suggestions God is telling? Take my yoke upon you, then you will enjoy true freedom. So what is actually freedom? It is not that you live as you like, but living under the yoke of God, yoke of Jesus, is actually the freedom. Are you understanding that? Are you understanding? So now in the book of Galatians, verse 1, it is written that, stand fast therefore in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free. Then actually, from where Christ has made us free? This is the part of, we were living as we like. See, before we come to Christ, we were totally free. Actually, that is our thinking. I don't know whether you are able to follow or not. We think that we are totally free because we are not under the control of anybody, not even Jesus. So we are totally free to do anything. But Jesus says, or God says, in that condition, in fact, you are not free. There you are under bondage. When we feel that I can do anything, and that means you are totally under the control of devil. You are totally under the control of Satan. But that we are not able to understand. Are you understanding? But Jesus understands that the people, his men, they are not free. They are totally guided by devil and the world system. So they think themselves that they are free. Are you understanding? And the result is that what? They don't have any peace. They don't have any rest for the souls. Anyone who have without Jesus in this world, if you think, are their souls under rest? Are they enjoying peace? Who are the only one who is enjoying real rest and peace? That is the people who are under the yoke of Jesus Christ. That is why God says that if you want to enjoy the true freedom and true peace of mind, you have to come under the yoke of Jesus Christ. And you also have to believe, to think that you may have money, you may have a job, you may not have any such kind of things that to stop you, or you may not have even parents or anybody else to control you, or you need not listen to anybody senior to in this world. Anybody may be there, but still remember that you are under the yoke of Jesus Christ. Are you understanding that? So living under the yoke of Jesus Christ is the true freedom, because there only you will be able to enjoy true freedom. Are you understanding that? For one example, I would like to, I will tell you. For example, these children, they are living under their parents, you all are under your control. Suppose they are given total freedom to live as they like. They are not living under you. Suppose they are given just to leave them for a few days without your control. What will be the result of their life there? Will they enjoy their life, or will they have peace of mind? The true freedom they are enjoying because they are under the protection of you. They can see you. They can listen you. They know that there is somebody to overlook you, or to see you, to control you. And they are always, we are under the protecting hand of our parents, and they are always to guide. If you go wrong, they are there to guide us. Are you understanding that? And that they know that we cannot do anything wrong. Even if I fall down, there will be somebody to look me that whether I may fall down, or they always warn us. No, don't go that way. If a child is about to run, is running here and there, we always go with them. No, don't do that, not like that. It is that way they know that when my papa is there, my mama is there, they will always look taking care of me without even I fall down. So I can simply live in my freedom. That means the peace of mind, they are actually enjoying rest when they are under you. But if a child decides that I don't want to be under the control of parents, we know that that is the story of the lost son. Actually, he was living with his father, but under the yoke of his father. There are certain, all freedom were there, but still, when being a father, there were certain laws, certain such kind of conditions they are supposed to follow. But still, he was enjoying total, absolute freedom there. Peace of mind, rest of all this he was enjoying. But then devil worked in his mind through his friends maybe. He said that he wanted his freedom and he asked for his all, means money which he is supposed to give by his father, and he took it and he went out. And there he lived as he thought that is the true freedom. And then what happened those days when he was out? When he was from the freedom he was enjoying, he was actually going to chain. No, you are not able to understand what I am saying. So when you are living as you like that lost son, actually you are entering into a chain. You are coming into a bondage. Are you understand? So this is what God tries to explain you. That means living as you like is not actually freedom. This is the wrong concept of the people in the world. Maybe there are many people, even where we call it as the God's children, they also want that. They want to do anything as they like. When they say that you have to pray daily, you have to read Bible daily, you have to be a part of the church, and you have to go to church in the church during the congregation meetings. We think that somebody is taking some kind of control over us, and they are putting us into some chain, and they are actually breaking our freedom. That way they may think, but in fact it is not that. They are the actual things that give you peace and rest of. That is the actual freedom. So if they are the yoke of the God. Yoke that God puts on your shoulder is not to bind you or not to take you away from your freedom, but instead God is actually giving the true freedom. That is why this devil make the people blind to see the real truth. There God says earlier, before coming to Jesus, that is what when the book of Galatians says that before Jesus was releasing you, before Jesus was letting us free, we were actually under the bondage of the devil and under the bondage of the world. Are you understanding that? And from there, Jesus came to us and left us free from the bondage of this devil and this worldly sin. And now we are actually not totally free to do anything, but he said that put my yoke upon you. So we wholeheartedly put his yoke upon us, and now we are under the control and protection of Jesus Christ. There is somebody to look after us. There is somebody to question you when you are going somewhere. Where are you going? If you are doing nothing wrong, there is somebody to ask you, why are you not doing like that? And if you are doing wrong, sometimes he may scold. Even that scolding is also an act of love. It is also the thing which we get freedom, because always we know that we can, even if I go wrong, my God will make us right. That is the freedom which we are really enjoying. So God asks us to understand actually what is true freedom means. That is what Jesus has done in our life. Jesus is totally free from this devil and that way of understanding. Are you understanding? But again, Jesus is telling again, don't leave the house of Father and go out just like that lost son. So again, you may enter into bondage. So we always see that you are under the yoke of Jesus Christ. There only you will be able to enjoy true peace. I hope you understood today's message. I think that's enough today. God bless you all.